Hello, my name is Abby, and welcome back to the Space Exploration Agency. The moon-based rover is on its way out to the moon, and in 2 hours and 36 minutes it will arrive at the sphere of influence of the moon, but currently it's on a collision course with the moon, and so I just like to execute a small maneuver in order to change its trajectory so that it will miss the moon and has a nice periapsis for an orbit insertion burn. And yeah, I wanted to aim for a periapsis of 30 kilometers, so 28 kilometers is good as well. And as I'm executing this maneuver from the map view, I can just keep the engine running a little bit longer to achieve my 30 kilometer altitude periapsis. And okay, here we go, getting closer, and alright, we are no longer hitting the moon. 24 kilometers, 29, 32. Alright, 32 kilometers is perfect. And yeah, before I will now do the time warp, I just like to make sure that the solar panels are facing towards the sun so that they will recharge the batteries. Okay, this is looking good. And yeah, now I can say warp here. And goodbye, Kerbin. Over there is Kerbal Space Center. Oh, that's fantastic. We can spot Kerbal Space Center. Well, we can't really spot it, but we know where it is. And yeah, there, the moon. Unfortunately, it's nighttime at our landing site, but that's not a problem as I have to design a sky crane for the moon-based rover, and the current moon-based lander has not the right specifications to land the rover, as the rover has really a wide stance, and so the engines of the moon-based lander would just damage the rover, and so I need to come up with a special sky crane that has the only purpose of landing the rover on the surface of the moon and then can crash onto the surface of the moon and disintegrate in this process. And yeah, so alright, we have arrived in the sphere of influence of the moon, and now I can prepare my orbit insertion burn at the periapsis, so over here. And yeah, I just like to be on a more or less circular orbit. It's not so important to get things completely right, because yeah, as I said, I need a sky crane first before I can really think about landing and so on. So 31 by 31, this would be perfect. Okay, the next maneuver is coming up in 1 hour and 34 minutes. Can I? No. Well, I think I will do it manually. That's good. All right, let's approach the moon. That's cool. Yeah, our landing site is in the shadow. That's really sad. But yeah, as I said, it doesn't matter. It will take some time until I have designed the sky crane, and then the sky crane has to fly out to the moon. And yeah, so at this time I think the landing site will be back in the daylight. At least that's what I hope for. And okay, just a few seconds left until I'm at the right spot. Okay, 10 seconds, that's good. So here we go. Orbit insertion burn. Alright, and we have orbital sunrise. That's cool. That's fantastic. Easy. Just a little bit. And stop. Alright, so what have we done? 32 by 31, alright, almost a circular orbit, that's perfect. And ooh, down there, the old moon base, that's fantastic. Okay, now I just like to rotate the spacecraft around again to keep its batteries charged. Yeah, this is looking good. And well, now the moon-based rover is in its parking orbit, and yeah, it's waiting for the arrival of the sky crane. And well, before I will start to design the sky crane, I'll like to switch to the science station, as I came up with a good idea how I can bring some cosmonauts to the moon. The science station is really a small space station, and so I think Bering can operate the science station completely alone, and so Kercy and Sidhat can return to Kerbin and subsequently fly out to the moon to be the first, or to become the first crew of the new moon base and to observe the construction of it, to, well, conduct some experiments, and yeah, that's pretty cool. And so, Sidhat, you are the pilot, and in this case, you are the first cosmonaut who will board the spacecraft. Okay, over here we do have the more or less more modern spacecraft. It has a heat shield, and over here the old escape pod that was designed before well, the compression heating was a thing and before heat shields were implemented. And as we just returned from a low Kerbal orbit, I think we can risk to return or to re-enter the atmosphere with this old spacecraft to finally get rid of it. Alright, so Sidhat, you can board this spacecraft, and now Kercy, you can go on an EVA as well and translate over to the old escape pod as well. So then there's still a spacecraft left for Bering in case that Bering has to evacuate the science station. This is good. Easy, Kercy, easy. Alright, so the two cosmonauts that will return to Kerbal are now on board of the spacecraft, and they will start to boot the computers and to make sure that all these systems are up and running. And yeah, because I don't have a heat shield, I like to go for a very, very shallow re-entry. And in this case, I think I will perform the deorbit burn here in the shadow of Kerbal, so that the lowest point of my orbit is on the daylight side, so that we can really see what we are doing. And in this case, yeah, I need now to orbit around. I need to wait for about 28 minutes. Okay, let's do this. I really like to be back with my science station after I built so many gigantic and enormous space stations. I really enjoy seeing this good old science station. And yeah, speaking of gigantic space stations, with the new version of Kerbal Space Program, I really like to build a very gigantic space station. I had some frame rate or some issues with the Minmus station, but now with the new version of the game, everything is running smoothly, and so I think I can build an even larger space station, and this is really a thing I like to do. And okay, we are now almost ready for our deorbit burn, and I really like it, well, the appearance of the science station in the night around the shadow of Kerbal. Thanks to those lights, this looks really, really awesome. And yeah, now let's make sure that reaction wheels are disabled. So let's toggle the torque. Oh, we don't have electric charge. That's bad. Okay, we need to make sure that our batteries are charged. So let's just transfer some electric charge over to our spacecraft, because we really need the SAS to operate our spacecraft. Well, we do have RCS thrusters, but especially for the re-entry, it's quite useful to have some electric charge so that I have the reaction wheels. And yeah, that's quite important. Alright, so, oh dear, no, stop using the electricity from this. Okay, just go for it and undock. Alright. So, we have now officially left the science station. Sidhat and Kercy have begun their journey back home to the surface of Kerbal. That's fantastic. Alright, they are drifting away. Let's switch our RCS and aim retrograde. At first, I just like to use a little bit my RCS to drift away from the science station so that I am free of it before I will start my deorbit burn. Alright, this is looking good. So let's switch off LCS. Goodbye science station, goodbye bearing. I hope we will see you soon, and yeah, soon we have to hire some new Kerbonauts that will subsequently fly out to the science station and become the new crew on board of the science station. And yeah, Sidhat and Kercy have to train for their next assignment, for their next mission on the surface of the moon, and I think they are already really excited about this. So I like to deorbit the spacecraft, and I said I would like to go for a very shallow re-entry, so I think I should aim for around 30 kilometers. Okay, 30 kilometers. This is good. This is really good. Okay, the engines are enabled. This is good. So here we go. Here we go. Okay. Goodbye science station. So Sidhat and Kercy are looking forward to return to Kerbin, and yeah, soon they will leave Kerbin again, but first they have some time to recover a bit from their long-term stay on board of the science station, and they have to train for the mission on the surface of the moon. And well, one additional thing why I have transferred some electric charge to this capsule, that this SK pod has no solar panels, so this thing has only this amount of electric charge that is on board, so it can't really generate electricity. And wait, how are we doing? 30 kilometers. Oh, that's perfect. That's really spot on. So oh, down there are some more batteries. I completely forgot to top off those batteries. Oh dear, that's bad. And yeah, Sidhat and Kercy are happy. They really enjoy their ride. They are looking forward to experience this roller coaster ride of hitting the atmosphere again. And yeah, I think as there is no heat shield, and I'm quite sure that the service module will burn up and we are no longer in space, so I can now say, wait, before I say goodbye, I just like to make sure that everything is in order. Okay, I can now say goodbye. Okay, turn on SAS again to keep the spacecraft stable once we hit the atmosphere. Okay, this is good. And yeah, it's really sad that I don't have a heat shield. Oh wait, I missed the perfect opportunity. Down there is another docking port, so I could have used this inflatable heat shield. Okay, no, it's too late. No, it's too late. No, Sidhat and Kercy are on their way down, but yeah, at some point I really like to experiment around with that inflatable heat shield. This would have been really, well, the perfect opportunity to give this thing a try. But, oh well, that's good. And when I think about heat shield, I still have the, well, the heat shield delivery probe, which is the old interplanetary travel stage, which I like to refuel so that I can use this interplanetary travel stage to deliver some fuel to the moon. And yeah, so many things to do. I need a lot of fuel to all the time refuel the moon-based lander, and so at some point I really have to do 2 launches or so to refuel the old interplanetary travel stage and fly the thing out to the moon. I have to launch all the other modules of the moon base, and I have to design the sky crane for the rover, so there are so many things to do. That's really amazing. That's crazy. And yeah, there is our service module. I'm quite sure that this thing will burn up soon. Or will we get some explosions? I'm not quite sure. I'm quite sure some of the parts are now in the hot air and the hot plasma that is caused by the compression heating. And yeah, we are losing speed. This is good. And the G-forces are really low. This is good. This is really good. So, how are we doing? Yeah, we are now on a suborbital trajectory, so we will definitely land on the surface of Kerbin, or to to be more specific, we will have a splashdown. And the most important thing is now to keep the parachutes out of the plasma so that they will not burn up in the hot airstream. And here, Sidhat and Kercy are enjoying their ride. They are really happy, and wow, this is really a beautiful view down there. And ooh, look at this, we can enjoy an eclipse. There's an eclipse. That's fantastic. Oh dear, there's something heating up, I think, at the capsule itself. But yeah, we are returning to the surface of Kerbal, or we have our reentry while an eclipse. That's fantastic. Ooh, that's amazing. That's cool. Cool. I like it, I like it. That's fantastic. Re-entry during an eclipse. Okay. Yeah, the capsule is still heating up. Can we get a temperature somewhere? No, not really. Crew approach. Okay, from the upper atmosphere. We can't get something from this. That's sad. Okay, we are down to 26 kilometers. Oh, wow, look at this. That's a real eclipse. That's fantastic. Wow. That's really amazing. This is cool. Wow. This looks interesting. This is really amazing. QL. That's a lucky coincidence. So maybe it was good that I haven't decided to go for this inflatable heat shield. Wow, that's a total eclipse. This looks beautiful. Cool. That's amazing. Alright, we have lost half of our velocity. This is good. And yeah, now the reentry effects decrease. This is good. Okay, I think I can now switch off SAS and let the capsule fly on its own. Over there is still our service module. Wow, that's cool. I'm all the time amazed by that eclipse. This is fantastic. I like it. This is really cool. Okay, Kercy and Sidhat are a little bit concerned as they fall down toward the ocean. This is amazing. Okay, around 5 kilometers I will pop the chutes. Okay, oh, they are still concerned. Now, after they have survived the most dangerous part of, well, traveling at hypersonic speeds through the atmosphere without a heat shield, they are now a little bit concerned. Guys, you have survived it, and wow, this is really fantastic. This looks cool. This is a nice view. Wow. Landing while an eclipse is going on. That's cool. Okay. So the chutes have opened completely. 8.8 meters per second, that's alright. Okay, now they're happy, now they're happy. Welcome back home, guys, welcome back home. I hope you have enjoyed your roller coaster ride. And splashdown. Well done, well done. So, they are back, and when we go in here, can we... No, we can't see the eclipse. Okay, that's that. Okay, we can't see the eclipse. Okay, so, now we can recover their vessel. That was good. That was really exciting. And yeah, so, recovery of a vessel returned from Kerbal orbit, alright. We were 1,598 kilometers away from KC, so 23% value, but that's alright, we had only 3 parts, so that's okay. Sidhat, advanced to level 1, alright, 5 XP gained, no XP gained for Kercy, but well, once you get back from your Surface of the Moon mission, you will get some more XP, and yeah, now. As I said, we need a special sky crane for the lander. Maybe I will use, what is the price of this? 7,500. What is the price of, okay, wow, this thing is the new probe core is quite expensive, 7,500. So this thing will be good for a real probe mission, but not for a sky crane. It's a little bit too expensive for a sky crane. But first, I wanted to see one thing. So yeah, maybe I will use this, but I like to see where that new heat shield, 10 meters. So, okay, shroud enabled. Inflate heal shield. Ooh, oh wow. Okay. Well, this thing might have been a little bit overkill for the escape pod, because the escape pod was basically just this thing. Yeah, I think this would have been a little bit overkill, so I think it was good to just go for this type of landing. Alright, this is interesting. This is really interesting. Okay, that's cool, but I will keep this thing in mind. It's really sad that the moon has no atmosphere. This would be really fantastic to land the rover with this thing. And yeah, speaking of the rover, I need my moon base rover, how have I called this? Moon base rover launch, exactly. So I need this, and now let's just get rid of this thing and bring this thing down and rotate it around. Okay, I hope I can add some parts up there. So we need of course a docking port. Then we are still pretty close to the rover itself. So maybe we need something like this. Good. So what now? Well, maybe my usual adapter or so to make things look nicely. Like so or so. Okay. Yeah, this rover has really a wide stance. So, fuel tanks. Well, that fuel tank I'm currently using. It's this one, I think. And then I have... No. The larger girders. I have those girders here, and then the fuel tank on its side, so something like this. Yeah, it would work over here, but when I bring this thing over here it would damage the tires, so this is not good. This is really not an option. Huh. What else can we do? I really like to use those engines at some point. This would still... Yeah, this would still damage the tire. It's not good. What happens if I do... No, not this. No. Wait. Okay, like so? No. Yeah, like so. When I do something like this, then it's still facing toward the wheel. That's bad. What happens if I do have 4 of those guys? Okay, this is interesting. So, 4 of those guys. They wouldn't... Yeah, I think this wheel should be safe. I hope that this wheel is safe. And what would the center of thrust be? Okay, this would be perfect. Here, this would be more or less perfect. I think this shouldn't... I should have designed my moon base lander like this. Then I could reuse this thing. Okay, but this looks good. This looks really good. Let's just launch the thing. I'm not quite sure if it has enough thrust to lift the rover off the surface, but I just like to see if... No, don't roll away. If it damaged the... Okay, let's cut the throttle. Yeah, I just like to see if the wheels or something gets damaged. Okay, if I do this, then the wheels are okay. So full throttle. Well, we are currently in the vacuum. We are in the atmosphere, so we're at sea level, so they are not really running at full thrust, but it looks like as if this is okay. Yeah, this could be really the solution. Okay, that's fantastic. Is this thing powerful enough to lift its own weight? Wait, well, I think it's a little bit too heavy. Yep, this is not going to work. Okay, interesting. Okay. Cool. Think this will end in an explosion? Yep. Alrighty then, this was exactly what I wanted to see. So let's go back to the VAB. Okay, after this successful test run, I can design the sky crane like this. Is there something else I can place in the center? Is something a different structural thing available I could use? Not really. Because as the thing has not to return to orbit, it just has to land the rover on the surface of the moon and then it can be discarded. And so if I do this, I will save a lot of weight. Yeah, I think this is really the way to go. Okay, yeah, it's really sad that I haven't built the moon base lander like so. Huh, that's bad. But yeah, okay, that's fine. So we have the design for the sky crane for our rover. I just have to make the thing look a little bit more, well, more streamlined and put it on top of a rocket so that we can we? Yeah, I think we can launch it in the next episode. That's cool. So, yeah, this is good. But before I will leave, I'd just like to check in the mission control. So, build a new orbital station around Wall Lathe. Moho, Ilu, build a new orbital station on a solar orbit. Orbit of the sun. Have 2,000 units of ore in your station. 8 Kerbals. And can generate power. Okay. This is an interesting contract. I'm not quite sure why I should have 2,000 units of ore on board of the station, but that's a cool contract. Okay, wall. Okay, this is the only cool. And yeah, we have still to do conduct observational surveys of the moon near moon base. All right, build new surface outpost and extract ore. All right. So yeah, that's cool. And with this, I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode. Until then, my name is Abby. See you!